Hello everyone, this is my theory for Mama Midoriya and how her quirk is actually telekinesis. One of the strongest quirks that I could think of, and man, she could be overpowered if the author wanted her to. I'm just saying. Okay, let's get on to what I'm gonna talk about. So first off, we know that her quirk is moving small objects. That's how she describes her quirk. But personally, for me, it's just telekinesis. She just hasn't trained with her quirk for a long period of time to the point where she can pick up cars, the robots, or All Might. I'm pretty sure if she had like a lot of training with her quirk, she could pick up All Might without any struggle. Like man, like the bulk of a guy, just pick him up. I mean, there's actually, just imagine her like with like super telekinesis. She can pick up Mount Lady. Ooh, okay, I'm ranting. Other than that, so here's one of the things. We get mention of quirks and how you have to put them into a database, or because you gotta keep track of your quirks. Well, you can say, for example, here's clips that I'm gonna show, and I'll explain them, or they explain themselves. But other than that, the first clip I'm gonna show is of All Might and Midoriya talking, and All Might saying, "Oh, if you don't have a quirk, you can go register in." They allow people to change this if they get more understanding with their quirk, which means, let's say Mama Midoriya has always known that her quirk can pick up objects, but since she's never trained with it, she's like, "Oh, it only can pick up small objects," so that's how she puts it in. So here's the clip now.
Quirk registration? Yeah, you can update that, not a problem.
It's that easy?
You know how everyone's examined and registered when they enter elementary school? Well, there are plenty of cases where people discover that their quirks aren't exactly what they thought they were at first. You're allowed to revise your forms once or twice when you understand your powers better. Normally, they won't let you change it too much, but if you had none before, I'm sure they'll want you to update things.
Now that's the example of the first example. The second example is training with her quirk. We don't exactly know what her job is, but it's a pretty good job because her apartment, no offense, but her apartment is really nice and really well, it's not that big and it's not that small. It's a really cute apartment. I really love it. So she probably has a good job and whatsoever. And her quirk, from this clip I'm going to show you, you can train yourself mentally and physically, but if you don't train your quirk, it will never get better. That's why we have the camp scene, where that's basically what Aizawa says. We're going to make it so you feel like you're dying, but we want your quirks to improve. So let's say Mama Midoriya wants to, become a hero at a young age. If she practiced with her quirk more and more, she would most likely be able to pick up heavier objects or bigger things. Well, that's technically the same thing, bigger things. Well, sometimes bigger things can weigh less than heavy objects. And that can be, like, really big and super overpowered. I'm just saying, but other than that. So here's the clip from that.
Single semester at UA, and due to your various experiences, all of you have definitely improved. But those improvements have mostly been limited to mental prowess and technical skill, with a slight increase in stamina thrown in along the way. As you can see, your quirks themselves have not improved much on a fundamental level. That's why we're now going to focus on improving your powers.
So yeah, that is interesting, and wow. And it just makes you think, like, we don't really know her job, and if it is mentioned, then I kind of forgot about it, but she does work a pretty good job, and I wonder what she works as, just for me. But she never mentioned that she ever wanted to be a hero and all that, or if she has had that idea, probably people put her down saying that her quirk's not that strong, which in reality it's super overpowered if she actually trained with it, because it's not moving small objects, it's telekinesis. I'm just saying, no one can convince me otherwise. I'm just saying. Okay, next kind of thing of proof that it's not really proof, but the limiters. So we learned this on, I forgot what episode it was, but I'll have the clip here. Limiters, they keep you from using too much or too high powered of your quirk. So, here's the clip, which can explain it a lot better than I can.
Its body has limiters that keep it from using more than 80% of its power at any given point. But in a crisis situation, it's possible for those limiters to fall away, allowing someone to use 100%.
So, this clip basically says this keeps them from hurting, like, because if your limiters go out, it's because of an extreme, reaction or stuff. So let's say Mama Midoriya sees her son or Bakugo in danger. I say Bakugo because I'm pretty sure from what we've seen from their backstory, I'm pretty sure Mama Midoriya doesn't know who Bakugo is or hasn't seen him or probably has. But I'm pretty sure, knowing how much Izuku admired Bakugo, he would most likely tell his mom all the exciting things he knows about Bakugo, and she would have some sense on who he is. So that's why that's one of the people. But the main person is Izuku, her son. But Izuku or Bakugo is like the main people for me who she would most likely have her limiters go out, or any of Izuku's friends. But mainly Izuku or Bakugo, since she's known them longer. Like, probably she doesn't know Bakugo to like a close, but she knows when they were children, and he still does. So yeah. So let's say she sees Izuku in danger and he can't do anything, like he's beaten and can't get up, and there's a car coming his way. Let's just say that is the reaction she needs, or that's the thing she needs for her to break her limiters and use her quirk on that car, which would most likely work. So that's also like a very big thing. If her limiters go out, like if she breaks her limiters, she could use her quirk on very heavy things and very big stuff. So that's a possibility we may get in the future, or not at all, which I hope we do. Or this is just an outright just thought in my head. So, the theory of All For One being Deku's father? What if he knew that Midoriya's mom's quirk is very powerful? Or maybe Mama Midoriya is hiding something because her quirk is very powerful, or could be very powerful, which I don't really think that is, because knowing her, she looks really pure and I love her, and I don't think. But at the same time, I can see her doing that to protect her son, because her quirk is very powerful if she trained with it. It's more powerful than Uraraka's, in a sense, for me, because she doesn't technically, if she's able to, because Uraraka needs to touch something or touch someone to be able to lift them up. If Mama Midoriya trained with her quirk, she didn't need to do that. She can just, bruh, I see you, I telekinesis your ass up. It's basically how her quirk can work, and it's just really overpowered if you think about it, and that's just my theory. It's a sucky theory, but no one did it, and I was waiting for MatPat to do it, but he didn't. So here's my theory, and give me credit if you want to add to this, please. Love you guys.